All right. Hey, Terry.
Yeah, man.
We are back at the South March Highlands Conservation Area. I say back because I was here about, what, was it 2 years ago, I think now? I came before the leaves, so it was a little bit of a different time. But we're going in here at the Brady Trailhead. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, right there. All right. And why am I here again? Well, I wanted to show Terry the natural uranium outcropping that we will be looking for here. So I have the radio code app again, as usual, and I've got it on my ankle about as low as I can to the ground. And I'm pretty sure I remember where it is. But we'll have some fun. We won't go as much trekking through the middle of the woods as I did last time. But see what we can find here in the wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous South March Highlands Conservation Area. Enough of me. Let's look at the scenery. Well, it's important that I actually look at the camera while walking. Okay, so I think that's the way we want to go, but I'm not 100%. Let me. Yeah, this is a
Coconut tree trail?
Coconut tree trail, I think. Now you can say this is a very curated trail. Quite a few people come here specifically for mountain biking because it's actually a wonderful mountain biking area. Personally, I haven't tried, but I would definitely come back here sometime. Once they get that train up and running, it'll be pretty easy to get here. Just bike for 5 minutes from my house to the train, take the train to the train, and then bike half an hour from the train to here. It was probably about half an hour. This trail follows the edge of the road for a bit before it veers into the woods. Look at that. They definitely put a lot of effort into this trail.
Banked curbs.
Yeah, imagine bringing all this pea gravel in. Probably with wheelbarrows or four-wheelers. We'll see if we come across any mountain bikers. But so far I haven't seen a single mosquito.
That's really good.
Yeah. Getting into the darker forest.
The gizmo seems more active.
It's hard to tell sometimes by ear. And yeah, it's definitely more active out here than it is in the car. Look at that moss over there. Oh, I want to look at the moss. I have a weird obsession with mosses. I love mosses. Look at that. The mosses out here grow really tall. It feels, even though that there's been a fair bit of rain, it feels drier than usual.
I like it. Well, the humidity's down, eh?
Today, yeah, for sure. And sometimes I feel like, well, I don't know, I haven't been outside enough this year. Hey, well, there's a woodpecker on the bottom of the tree, way over there. I knew I should have brought my other lens. Oh well. It is, what's that red crested woodpecker called? I forget.
Pilieated?
Yes, that's it.
Said the city boy. We've had a combination of derecho storm and 4-day freezing rain event that do you think caused any of this?
Oh, for sure. A lot of the forests in this area look like this, or even much worse. Like, for example, over by the airport, or over by Stittsville, or Bell's Corners. There's places all over the city where the whole forest has been flattened.
Wow.
They definitely gotta walk the plank.
Cool.
Oh, look at this. Wonder how long this tree's been down. I like the way it looks, like it's grown into the trail almost.
Somebody had a chainsaw that out, eh?
Yeah.
Good they were there.
We haven't even gotten to the Canadian Shield part yet. This is like the fan, or all of the rocks and gravel and pieces, I guess, from the glacier. I don't know. You can see a lot of these are granite and rounded. It almost sounds like the meter is getting a little excited here. Look at this. Oh, I like this. I like that little effort they did to make the... Oh, let's see. Where's he going to go? Oh, no, he isn't going to take the pathway of doom.
I have a mountain bike, but I'm not sure I'd try that.
Yeah, the wood, it can be very slippery. And then check the map history on here and see what it says about where we've been. Nothing of note yet. Highest it's found is 61 nanosieverts per hour, which is barely registerable, and what is kind of what you'd normally find just in your average everyday life. I love this tunnel in the trees. It's neat how everything is carpeted with pine needles. You don't really see the pine trees as they're taller than all the others. Alright, I'm going to check the map because we've come to a fork in the road. I believe this is the correct direction. Because it turns out this trail isn't actually on the map.
When you come to a fork in the road, take it.
Yes, but do you always take the left one first or the right one first? Let's stop a moment and admire this tree. That is one of the biggest evergreen trees. Pine trees, yeah, this is a huge pine tree. When was the last time you seen a pine tree this big?
With that kind of configuration, there's two of them, isn't there?
It's one tree.
One tree, yeah.
One tree split apart. I need a human for scale. Because that is incredible. Wow.
I gained a little weight lately, but...
Don't worry, the tree will make you look small.
Yeah.
I haven't seen... I don't know if I've ever can think of seeing a pine tree this big. That explains why there's needles everywhere. Is it even possible to see the top? No. Not even close.
Do we know what variant?
Variant? I do not. Now it sounds like it's getting a little more active. Oh yeah, now we've got some more activity. We're up to 74 now. A whole 74.
Uh-oh.
74 is nothing. But it sounded like it was more of a here. For a second there. Well, we'll see what we find. It is becoming slightly more active. Now here is, this trail is called Fast Out. That's the name of the trail. Fast Out. It's got a parking sign on it.
Bare tree. Fast alley, you said?
Out, O-U-T. But so that goes back to the parking lot, but this...
So this one we're on doesn't have a name?
Now we're on Fast Out. The one we were on, I don't know. It wasn't on. But look at this rock here.
This is kind of
This, This is looking like it. Do you see how the ground here, the striations of the granite are sideways compared to the regular, oop. This is looking oddly familiar to me, but there's little bits here and there, but I would suggest to keep going. Because I found similar thing to this somewhere, but I don't remember where. It was along the trail here, I think.
Traffic.
Yeah.
One more behind me.
I remember it being higher in the air than that, relative to the rest of the trails. No?
You seem to be going up.
Yeah. This is apparently Mario's line. That's where you go if you want to play some real life Mario. This is it's going a little bit more here too, just generally. And I'm not really close to the rock. I think it's actually up there. Because this area looks familiar to me. We got more of the giant pines. Although they aren't as giant as the other ones were. There's porcupine. Actually, so porcupine and Dogsled both appear, well, we're on fast out right now. I think that it's on Dogsled, which is way over there. Well, not way over there, but a little ways over there, but we've got to go around to get to it. But we can take either porcupine or fast out. Let's see. I think porcupine will be more interesting.
Okay.
Which is this way.
Good.
More topologically varied. What has been, like I said, 2 years at least since I've been here, I think.
A lot can happen in 2 years.
Especially when the first time was late fall 4 or 5 years ago, and the second time was early spring.
5 years ago, this place probably looked different because of some damage, devastation of the fall.
Yeah, I wasn't really aware of how damaging that was at the time.
Even the freezing rain did knock down a lot of branches after the 3 days.
Hmm. This would be a lot harder than it. Yeah, this would definitely be a difficult trail for biking on. It's so bumpy. There's the, what can best be described as a pond, I guess?
Oh yeah. Mosquito factory.
Yes, that's for sure.
There's none around.
I think it's just a little too hot for them, maybe. Too something, I don't know. What amazes me is the fact that I discovered the radiation here from an aerial survey. Yet it's hundreds of times lower than the rocks at Tiny's pasture. Mushrooms bioaccumulate radiation. So if you collect a bunch of mushrooms in a contaminated forest like Chernobyl,
Right.
and desiccate them, powder them, you can get still readings that match from the nuclear fallout from Chernobyl. Although it's pretty difficult unless you have a good detector.
I'll remember that the next time I make an omelet. What are you finding in your bag?
Oh,
Finding? Pumping stuff in.
have water and tripod.
Okay. Thank you.
I guess I didn't need my long pants.
Well, you never know.
I'd rather have them and not need them in a situation like this. Everything looks slightly familiar. Got more of the sideways rocks.
These type of formations, you know, the striated rock. We were at the river, Ottawa River, a couple of weeks ago, and we saw the same thing.
I thought it picked up a bit for there. A minute there. Yeah, it's just generalized here.
How long has it been since the streetcar ran through here?
The streetcar?
The little cobblestones.
Oh wow. I've recommended this location to a number of friends and acquaintances as a good place to relax in nature or do photo shoots, especially if you're looking for a place with easy parking and a lot of different options. You got everything from abandoned stuff here to marsh style, or okay, let me check. Where am I?
Were there ever any buildings out here?
Only one that I know of for sure. I'm sure there's more than that, but I've only found one. Figure out where I am on this map. Right, I believe we are going the correct direction. North Dogsled. It sounds kind of like the place where I expect it to be. Oh, but there's rock hopper up ahead too.
What's that?
They're the trails.
Oh, okay.
It's either Dogsled or rock hopper. I think it's Dogsled, just from memory. Look at this. I love this little ridge across the marshlands. Oh, yeah, this looks like the steep, sudden change in elevation I remember near the spot that I found last time. Oh, there's a black diamond on it. That means it's advanced. Well, look at these rocks. How they're just like completely morphed and molded sideways compared to the Champlain Sea flat lines that you're used to. Some of it looks kind of slaggy.
Are you going up to us there?
I am, yes. You are welcome to join, but it's
How far up are you going to go?
up to the top there because that's where the thing is.
Okay.
I remember putting it in a crevice somewhere in this general area. Should be somewhere along here. A little bit more. All right, I'm just gonna go right around this rock in a little bit just to find it. I'm pretty sure it was around here somewhere. I'm not gonna do that thing with the strap again though. Well, it's not super easy to get it on and off the ankle. All right, what does the map say about this place? Interesting. I'm just gonna go a little bit around in this area. I don't know if I'm gonna find exactly where it was. It's a very difficult situation to expose for.
You expose?
The camera, you know? So that's the dangerous fall or track down. There's a lot of dragonflies in here.
Good.
So it wasn't on a big hill. It was near the big hill. Like, I mean, it wasn't on the slope. I did try to find my old map from this area and I couldn't. Now we're coming down the other side of the hill. Let me double check the map. If the compass says, if it says this is the right way, nope, it's that way. All right. This would actually be a pretty difficult biking trail because of all of these routes. I don't particularly remember the bridges. Fresh from the tree, just fallen.
Signifying what?
Gravity. I don't put any more stock into it than that, but This one looks spruce. It certainly does smell absolutely amazing. My roommate likes to eat spruce, and I think it tastes nasty, but I like the smell. Wow, something happened here with the trees. This one's fairly fresh. Look at that. Wonder what went wrong with that one. That one looks like it was pretty much alive. But then you got this. Did it snap off? Yeah, actually, look at there. Up the top. It looks like it was dead, but not recently dead. Well, not like a little bit. It's been dead I can't talk. Wow, look at the towering spruce up there. Or that pine. That's more the pine. Wow. The pine trees tower over this forest, all the little deciduous ones like they're not even here. I think a lot of this was deforested at some point, but not all of it. Like, wow,
When do you get into the more hardwood stuff?
that's just incredibly huge. Wow. I don't... I've seen a few hardwoods over by Bell's Corners. Like at Bell's Corners, there's some really big old oak trees. If we look at the video of the direct show, how do you say it again? Derecho. The damage in Bell's Corners, where I did a little bit of drone shots, you can see some really big oak trees there. The size of some of these trees that have died in the past 2 years in here are incredible. I like that rock outcropping. We're approaching the Stairway to Heaven.
Oh, yeah. You go like that way.
Actually, we should take... Is that another spruce tree? Or pine tree? I think it is.
Maybe it's the same one. Seems like we've been going around
It probably does, but...
Well, we didn't see this.
We are most of the way there.
Oh, yeah.
I love how they have these little wood paths anywhere that there would be mud. So it must have been an expensive trail to build.
I mean, it wasn't volunteer.
Well, I'm sure it was in some ways. That they probably got a grant for it as well. I mean, I would have applied for a grant for that. Definitely fits within the purview of things that make the community life experience better. Certainly on the more luxury side, but still. I would describe Canada as a bit of a cyclist's paradise. There's trails, both paved and unpaved, all over the place. For all the complaining that people like to do, there's a lot of really nice stuff here.
What do people complain about?
Everything.
How many trees?
I mean, about Ottawa, you know? That there's nothing to do here, there's no fun, that it's a boring place.
The city that fun forgot.
I've heard that many times.
Not generally known that before 1960, Ottawa only existed in black and white.
Yeah. It's a big upgrade.
Yeah, and then they stopped rolling. They stopped rolling up the sidewalks at 9 p.m. And things started to get better.
This just goes to show you that video games are lying to you for sure. See, if you heard a noise like this in a video game, you'd start running, because that means the radiation is going to get you. But this is just the normal levels that is everywhere.
That's comforting.
That is a natural part of our evolution to be able to handle radiation like this, and in some ways it drives evolution through the random mutations. But it's a lot more often environmental, as far as I know, than specifically nuclear. Yeah, not gonna assume anything anymore. Left fork. I think if anybody has watched this far in, they must like this style of video, and I wonder if we should do more of them. So I love walking in the forest, but I'm not sure how watchable it is. From what I can see, it looks like it should be good, but...
Just slap an ASMR label on it, people will watch.
What, ASMR deep beeping?
That too, you know. Eventually it becomes comforting, right?
Yeah, in some ways I wish that I didn't have it on, because there's so many... Wait, what is that? Oh! A little tiny forest toad.
Wow, cool.
How tiny he is.
Good eye.
Well, I don't want to assume the toad's gender, but... It's so tiny. Running across. Thought it was an insect. But insects don't jump like that.
A couple could come close.
Yeah.
I've seen spiders that jump like that.
Yeah, that's true. I seem to recall there being water here before. I love this, the trail, just the way that the smooth rocks and everything is here. I don't know. This would be really cool to see on some high resolution LiDAR.
LiDAR?
Yes. Due to the nature of the science, it completely strips away all of the foliage and a lot of the soil. So you can see, well, I don't know about the soil. It strips away all the foliage, and all the trees and everything. So you can see the actual topography without any of the trees.
Never know when I could be handy.
You can see all of the different rock formations and things. That looks like a fence line. Almost. But it could just be a bunch of trees falling over in a opportune way. What is that hole? Why is there a giant hole? Oh, I know why. They took all this dirt and they put it over there to make the ramp thing for the bikes. Interesting. Well, I don't know about that, but I guess that's what they're doing. That's fairly recent, I think. Look at these trees. I like these ones. I think we're arriving. So there's South Dogsled and IMBA.
Raven?
I think it's a tree rubbing. Maybe. I don't know. Every time I talk, it makes the noise, so it's a bird. I don't know. Up this way. I believe we will possibly find our destination. I like these two old maples. Oh no, one's a maple and the other one is not a maple. Like an ash or something. Or... oh. Now I think we might be starting to get some activity. but based on what I remember, it was up there. But so far I've said that about every hill we've seen. You know, chipmunk. So this is Ridgetop Roll. And I hear another cyclist down there actually. Now it's picking up. Oh, I found it. What do we find here?
Warning. Warning.
There we go. What are we getting here? Yeah, it varies widely by only a few inches here and there. Like over here, let's see if I can make sure I can actually see the thing. Like right there, it's 19. Put it over here, it jumps to 70. That's counts per second. So that's individual x-rays. So like right here, somewhere, there's something like right in this little vein right here. I gotta disable that alarm because the alarm's getting annoying.
I like it.
Before I found the rocks at Tiny's pasture, this was the most radioactive place I knew of.
And without consensus on whether that other place was naturally deposited, well, I won't be making the salad with any of these mosses.
I'm getting 150 counts per second there, but counts is not really very useful when it comes to radiation dose because it's a function of the size of your sensor, and that doesn't really mean anything. So what's more important is the actual measured dose, which right here in this little spot in this corner here is up to 3 microsieverts per hour almost. 2.5, 3, it's just cycling around. You find little spots of it here and there. This is why we have the Ziploc bag. So don't get any contamination. I'm not sure if I'm going to find much more in the area, or I'm going to sort of walk in a little bit of a circle around this spot. That's neat. So, there's what looks like some kind of a conglomeration, an unconformity or something going through it right here. It might be coincidental, but it's a little bit spicier than the rest of it. I should really invest in some knee pads. Let's see here, this line here.
Oh yeah, okay. It's like some kind of theme.
Yeah. Should collect all the mushrooms. We won't pick anything up on a mushroom normally, but like if you get a bunch of dried out ones. But that's not actually very high compared to what we were just looking at. But I think that's the end of this expedition. I want to come back here and grid search now that I remember where it is and I've actually mapped it.
How sure are you that this was the spot you're talking about?
100%.
Okay.
I actually remember the puddle.
Ah.
There was a puddle nearby. And I found the same puddle again. Like, the way that this rock is flowing, the amount of pressure and heat it takes to melt and move rock like that. I love all the little chipmunks around here too. There's also a bunch more oak trees up here, up on the top of the hill.
Well, I mean, so there's oak and There's no pine trees here.
Yeah.
We moved into a
Is this juniper?
different, yeah, I think so.
Are those edible?
Well, depends. You can make a pretty dandy gin and tonic.
That's not the kind of flavor I would want to eat.
You ever drink gin?
Yes. There's another baby toad.
So you recognize the flavor? I think so.
This is an Ontario giant millipede. I've never seen one in the wild like this. I've seen them at the museum.
I think this used to be one.
Oh my goodness. Did you know that we had giant millipedes here? Wow. Look at him. That's a specimen.
Okay, so I'm going to shoot a little video here.
Okay, I'll move back. Let you do that.
And were at one time so numerous that they caused these striations in the rock formations of the March Highlands in southeastern Ontario.
I'm not at my best.
That's still pretty good. I am pleased as I have now successfully been the first one to map both of the radiation anomalies that I'm aware of in this region. At least the biggest ones that I know of. So I feel like this was a very successful adventure. We got to see lots of beautiful trees and forest. Now I think for the rest of the walk I'm going to turn off the beepy noise. I've already found what I need to find. Yeah, here I can stop though. I just got a text from my friend who told me that his friend that he goes biking with here crashed his bike a week ago, broke a rib and punctured a lung. I'm like, yeah, I believe it.
Having a good day.
That's a trail. This is the type of trail that you could easily do that on if you're not at the top of your game, and even if you are.
Huh?
That's mold.
I smelled something moldy earlier.
What even is that? Huh. I think it's mold. It looks like a mold. Oh yeah, I remember this. That'll tell you how old this is. See, how deep is the fence? It's a good, it's a lot of centimeters deep. It's a lot. But that wood grain probably looks a little weird.
There's not enough light to really understand. Has anybody checked the radar lately? It's starting to feel a little weird.
I turned off the beeper noise so we can hear it a lot better now.
Siberian eagle mold is occasionally found far from its range. As far the Siberian eagle mold is occasionally found far from its home range, as far as the Lanark and March Highlands in eastern Ontario. Eagle mold is named because it resembles to some the excrement of the Siberian eagle.
Oh, I hope you're not recording that.
I was, but I think it's hilarious.
I forgot. Just practicing.
Oh, there's the fence. Makes me wonder how many of these trees were cleared. How much was this cattle country? Probably. It's too hilly for planting.
It would seem that there's a lot of rock here if you want to farm.
Yeah. I agree, and all of the trees appear to be similarly aged. Like they all grew up at the same time.
So they're not pines.
And no, these are all maples.
Maybe there was a fire.
Oh, there definitely was. now that you mention it. It burned this entire, from Lanark to Gatineau to almost Chesterville. Huge area. There's only a few buildings that survived, and they were the stone ones. I believe this was the 1870s, maybe 1890s. I'd have to double check. I hear the tracks.
I hear traffic again.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Matter?
More memories. Remember how I said that it's a long walk on this road? A wrong turn has been taken.
Uh-oh. Well, maybe we can walk along the highway.
I mean, that's where we are. A left turn should have been taken back there.
Let me attempt to get oriented.
Do you remember the, well, if you come out here, you'll see where we are right away. We're like, oh, I remember this.
We going the right way there?
Yep. Yeah, the highway's right here. These do appear to be in service, so.
Yeah, train tracks.
Yep, you know it's train tracks because there's cattails and poison parsnip everywhere.
Poison what?
Parsnip. This stuff.
Something smells interesting, eh?
This stuff here.
Right?
The oil from it will cause DNA damage through UV, and it's actually really dreadful.
Something smells kind of cool around here.
In what way?
Floral. Herbal.
There's a lot of these white flowers.
Ridgetop.
Yeah, it's these, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know what they are? Because they look kind of like thing that kind of looks like stuff that'll burn you.
That's the yellows. The yellows are the burns. See all that? All this here?
Yeah, yeah.
That's all invasive wild parsnip all along here. I wouldn't go near that.
No.
This is a good place to find snakes. Really? Indeed you do. Yeah, what I think is so neat is the fact that we've walked maybe a kilometer and a half, 2 kilometers or so.
Are you kidding me? We've walked a lot farther than that.
Since the last look at the rocks, I mean. Like we're about 3 kilometers from Anomaly, we'll call it. And this is a completely different type of rock. Sedimentary, limestone, I think it is. Completely different. In fact, I think this is what, the Champlain Sea? Seabed? I am not a geologist, I'm just a geology aficionado. Maybe I should take geology. Be cool to find somebody as knowledgeable as Nick Zettner is about Cascadia and Midwestern United States. Find somebody like that about Ottawa. That'd be so cool.